Okay, it's the favourite set of Championship fixtures. It's the Boxing Day fixtures. Merry Christmas, Harry. How are you?
Not too bad. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Right, there's got Boxing Day fixtures to predict. It's game week 24. It's the last fixture where teams haven't yet played each other yet. Let's get straight to it. First off, we've got a 12:30 kickoff, which is on Sky, and Leeds travel to Preston. You get 3 points for the correct scoreline and 1 point for the correct result. So 10 points is the best to beat so far from Birmingham, which was set a long, long time ago now. Let's see if Blackburn can get to the top of the league, which something hasn't happened in a while. Let's go for it. Preston Leeds.
Well, I think Leeds going away at Preston is quite similar to Leeds coming to Rovers a couple of weeks ago. It's early kickoff. They start the whole end. They give the whole end to the away fans like Rovers do. So I think Preston seems to be in a bit of free fall. I think their form from the start of the season has crumbled a little bit. I think Leeds, they seem to be picking points off everywhere. I go 2-0 Leeds.
I've gone with 3-0. I think this is going to be sorry, Preston fans, a bit of a walk in the park. Okay, let's go to the 1 o'clock kickoff. I'm sure you're not. After the smash and grab they did on you a couple of weeks ago. It's a London derby, so I'm guessing this is why this is at 1 o'clock. Millwall against QPR.
Yeah, well, I think QPR are better since the change of manager. They seem to be playing some decent football, picking up a few results. Millwall, bit hit and miss. They weren't the greatest when we played them, but the Den is still quite a difficult place to go. I'll just edge it to Millwall. I'll say 1-0. 1-0 Millwall.
All right, I've gone the other way. I've gone 1-0 QPR. I think he's got them playing good stuff. Cardiff, Plymouth, two sides which want to arrest some worrying form. Cardiff on the slide, and Plymouth just cannot win away from home.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Plymouth. Plymouth, I think, are so strong at home. They did a number over us. Cardiff, yeah, you're right. Cardiff had a couple iffy results on the spin. I'm gonna be bored. I think that might be 0-0.
I'd written down 0-0 as well because I think Plymouth got injuries to strikers as well. This should be a good one. Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, Sheffield Wednesday are hitting form now, aren't they? They thanks to us, I think, but they started picking up results after they beat us. And I think Coventry might be the underrated side of the season. Their position in the league doesn't reflect how well I think they play. They're one of the best sides we've played. I will edge that to Coventry at home. I'll go 2-1 Coventry.
Yeah, I've gone 2-0. I think you're dead right there, Harry. Coventry are getting their stuff together. Let's preview your game on another video for this one. But Huddersfield against your team, the Mighty Rovers. You'll be heading to John Smith's, will you?
Yes, I will be. And it's a game that you'd back Rovers. I think you've got to. Bit of an iffy patch at the minute, but Huddersfield, they seem to be the team that draw every game in the league at the minute, which is not Rovers. Rovers don't draw any games, so it'll be an interesting one. I think I've gone with my head over my heart in the last few predictions. I'm going to go with my heart on this one and say Rovers win comfortably 2-0.
Yeah, I went 1-0 Rovers win. Yeah, I can't see it's going to be a classic, this one, with the way that Huddersfield set out. But yeah, 1-0 Rovers for me. Now, Hull against Sunderland.
Well, I think this is a really interesting one. Hull banging form. I've always liked Rossini. I think he's a good manager. Got players like Philogene who are playing really well. Got a couple of mates that are Villa fans that rave about Philogene. And Sunderland just come off a win against Leeds. I'm sure they'll have a new manager by that point. Maybe a new manager bounce will come in and affect that. That's going to be a close one. That is tough. I'll go for a draw. I'll say 1-1.
Yeah, I think there's goals in this one. I've gone for 2-2. An old Desmond. Can't see there be many goals in this one, but it's Rotherham against Middlesbrough.
Yeah, well, I think Rotherham are really struggling. I think they're just ready. I think they're certain for the draw. Middlesbrough, I do quite rate as a side. They have been they've been inconsistent, a bit like Rovers, I'd say. but I think they've got the quality, and Rotherham just they don't have the financial ability to bring in players with enough quality. I'll go Middlesbrough win that 3-1.
Yeah, I've gone 2-0 on the same wavelength there. Southampton against Swansea.
The Russell Martin derby.
Yes.
I've sort of my comments from last week came back to bite me about Russell Martin. But Swansea don't have the quality of Southampton. Swansea again might have the new manager, by then it might have an impact. But Southampton at home, they're strong. They've got good players. I'll go 2-0, comfortable for Southampton.
Yeah, it's going to be a possession-based football is going to win this one out, isn't it? I'm afraid, as much as it's not pleasing some Saints fans. Yeah, I've gone 2-0 Southampton. Watford against Bristol City.
Yeah, well, I think this is an interesting one. Watford have seemed to come back into some sort of form. I think Watford are doing all right. And I don't think Bristol are an awful side either. When Bristol came to Ewood earlier this week, they were probably the better side. We won, but I think they probably deserved at least something out of it. That's a difficult game to predict. I will just put it in favour of the home side. I will go 2-1 to Watford.
Right, okay. I've gone 1-1. I think it's going to be difficult with that one. West Brom against the Canaries. Norwich have got their stuff back together after some mid-season wobbles. What do you reckon to this one?
Yeah, Norwich seem to be back to close to where they were at the start of the season, and I rate Baggies. I think Baggies' manager does very well for them. They play good football, but they've had a couple of iffy results in the last couple of weeks. That I could see that easily being a draw, but back them at the Hawthorns to go. I'll go high scoring. I'll go 3-2 to West Brom.
Okay, one for the neutral then. Yeah, I've gone for a 2-2 as well. Well, certainly goals in this one. Okay, 2 more to go. Both of these are on Sky. First of all, Stoke City are the visitors at St Andrews. What do you make of Birmingham against Stoke City?
Well, I think they picked the worst game to put on Sky. I can't. Birmingham. I've got a lot of mates that are Birmingham fans, not happy with Rooney, and Stoke. Sort of, they're not setting the world alight really. That's difficult. That is really difficult. St Andrews, they're getting fans back to St Andrews. Let's just say, even how angry they may be, they're there.
Yes, not for much longer.
Yeah, I'll say 1-0 to Birmingham.
Yeah,
I've got double a little bit.
Yeah, I've said 1-0 Birmingham as well. Just. And then the big one. It's live on Sky. Boxing Day, 7:45. Ipswich against Leicester City.
Yeah, now this is the exciting one. Ipswich is one of them. I've been sort of waiting for Ipswich to collapse for almost all season. I think it's got to happen at some point. But they keep winning. They're strong at home. Portman Road is a bit of a fortress, but Leicester are a really strong side. They've got a lot of players, but I think they are there to be got at. They've got a couple of weaknesses. A couple of teams have got some decent results against them. I am unfortunately going to sit on the fence. I'll go a high scoring 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, I've gone for 2-1 Ipswich. I've said before on this channel, and Leicester fans don't like it, but I think they're vulnerable. I don't think they are as good as the back as what some of the results have made out. And some forwards have been lucky.
If I had to sway one way or the other, I would just sway it to Ipswich, I'd say. But I think Leicester have just got goals in them.
Right, nice one, Harry. We'll see how you get on next week. Enjoy your trip to the John Smiths. Not too far for you to travel on Boxing Day. It's not the warmest of places, but then you're used to that old in Lancashire, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, nice one, fella. Thanks so much. And if you think you can do better than any of us, put your score predictions in the comments below, and we'll give you a shout out next week if you beat us.